Hey, BobbySapphire here with the Hyperloops tournament prep tier. We are covering my probably the most infamous match of Destiny from Worlds, where I played against Andrew from the Destiny Council, and it ended with uh, him telling me I was a staller and me telling him, you know what, dude? F you, man. Um, as much as I would like to do this in 1.25 or even preferably 1.5 speed, um, because of the time uh, issues presented to me, I think it's better to keep this in regular speed. So see, he starts with stolen intel as his plot. We're waiting for the game to start. Can I fast forward for a little bit? Let's do it. Maybe we can get there. All right. So he has the battlefield, and I'll slow this back down. So we shake hands. We're both 6-0. I have a hasty in my hand. He's going to open on a Philp. I've got hasty, jump, second chance, X8, and hidden. So we can only take hasty. Little jumpy. This is the chance cube's issue, not mine. We're back on 1.0 speed, right? Yeah. All right. So as I like to do, I roll in Ezra. And he's got a disrupt and a resource showing. So those are pretty great for Ezra. Generally, the special side isn't great on that opening roll, so he ambushes and rolls the X8. And this looks like a good time for me to take a resource since he doesn't have any disrupt showing. My resources are there. I had to look over my camera. So obviously a lot to think about. I have to choose whether or not I want to, yeah, so I'm going to reroll here. I'm not really afraid. All right, so I get the +2. I guess I'm not going to pay him off anyway at this point in the game, so that's why I rolled and didn't take the resource. He rolls double shields, and he knows I don't have anything. And I slow roll the activation here because I do have hidden. So if he does take either of these shields, I don't think he will. I think he'll reroll. Yeah. Ideally I want to activate after he resolves a Yoda special because I'm assuming he's going to want to. Can we pause there for a second? Can we go back? All right. I wanted to see what he rerolled. So his X8 is on the 3? Okay. It looked like it might not have been, which would have been crazy. So now I finally play the gun. I guess I'm thinking that, Frozen Waste, I can't dilly-dally too long. So I roll, and let's see what I get to go along with the +2. See if I roll any damage. I do not. Wrecked. Luckily I have another gun in my hand to discard and try and roll into some damage here. And he's obviously got a pretty good hand shown. So he's going to hidden motive the Sabine die, and that'll still let me resolve my 3. And with Hondo on an X8, I think I should have went for Hondo, but I know at this point I was definitely I was certainly underestimating how good that X8 was. I tweeted about this, but I do think that it was the best innovation at Worlds. All right. So it looked like that action took about 30 seconds, but I'm going to start timing. See if I get unreasonable here. I've got the shield showing. He did disrupt my resource. Is it his action or mine? I'm thinking about whether or not I want to reroll. Obviously, having second chance is pretty big. I think that was one of the thoughts I had, was whether or not I wanted to play the second chance or resolve the damage, just thinking through everything. All right, so I just had to claim. That one took about 35 seconds. Let's see what he does here. Takes a resource, does 3 to Sabine. So it looks like I'm thinking about my keep, whether or not I want to keep the jump. Second chance is definitely staying, but I am going to be poor, and this is a matchup where I'm going to be poor, and I'm going to want to re-roll my Ezra dice. So thinking quite a bit here. Let's see, he claimed around 6 minutes. So yeah, thinking about 30 seconds here. This is a tough decision. The chances of me playing either of these are pretty low. And it looks like I get another gun, an entangle. So here comes Ezra, trying to roll resources. Specials, resources. All right, so there's a special. Him taking that third resource makes being able to steal a resource pretty great. Like, he took that resource at the end of his turn instead of doing 1 damage. And then, so this is on him. He plays a 4-speed. Start the clock. So I immediately, that was 3 seconds. Oh, it's when I move stuff. Okay. All right, he rolls his Yoda. So he can get the 2 actions, which further complicates things. He only has 1 special on Yoda. The other is a 2 focus, shield on the 4-speed. So I'm thinking about whether or not he can, like, what's the kind of damage, because he is all in. So being able to take 2 actions, roll and resolve, like he has that open right here. He has that all in play. Like, I know he's playing it. So it took about 30 seconds to activate my Sabine. And because I have the black one showing on Ezra, I generally go for the holdout, and I've used my overwrite, so I still have 2 resources. It looks like I roll, tough to tell if that's the 3 or the 2, but we'll see if he does 6 or not. Yep, so I roll 3-2 and then add to the 1. And he plays Verpine. And I have a pretty interesting decision to make. So I decided to take the resource because I'm holding jump. And this is his, so looks like he's gonna take 2 actions here. He knows I have the jump. I might also want to play the second chance, but depending on what he does with his second action here, jump is good. So that's 1 action, and he has a couple options. So he does have the all-in play here, which gets around my jump. So he's resolving his dice. Let's count 2. Let's say it took 2 extra seconds before I started the timer here. So I pay him off. So that means I can't play my second chance anymore. Probably not going to pay him the second one, as I would love to start with 4. And I'm calculating, I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 potential damage. So, all those dice, it's a dead Sabine if I can't pay it off. Because every resource I give him makes it harder for me to play my X8. I think I want to go into the next round with 4 resources, but I'm also afraid of taking 5 extra damage. So if I take 8 there, Sabine goes to 9. So I decided to pay him off. I'm not sure if that's a mistake or not. But I figured keeping Sabine alive the longest possible amount is good. So she's got 6 damage on her. So that whole process takes a minute, and I claim. And I think you'll see me pitch the entangle here and possibly keep the jumps. Oh, no, I guess I keep the entangle because it's pretty decent mitigation, but I'm definitely clogging my hand more than I want to be. Because I simply don't have the resources, so... tough to tell what that was. Looked like maybe it never tell me the odds. I think I just want to try and get Yoda off the table and jump away. I think that's what I should do. I think I should overwrite with the X8 and try and hit him, and then jump. So I make that decision pretty quickly. And let's see if Sabine rolls any fire. Nope, she does not. Good chance I pitch to reroll here. Tough to tell with that other card. It looks like it never told me the odds. Nope, it's a truce. Oh, he's trying to roll. But it's my ambush action. And that truce is tough because obviously you want to have as much damage as possible. So I roll 2-2 and he easy pickings. There's no rush to... Oh, sorry, I just jump. And now I go down a resource, which makes things even more complicated for me. So I get a Loth Cat, which is nice, and then another gun, which is fine. But I'm down to 2 resources, so I no longer have the option of slamming that second chance down. So I overwrite X8 with an X8. That happened pretty quickly too. Didn't need to start the timer. I'll start remembering though. And so I roll the 1 and kill Yoda. So feeling in a decent spot, but you know, now I'm down to 2 resources. And yeah, he's got a pretty loaded up Hondo. And it's like a long haul with second chance and whatnot. So he's thinking now, and he Philps me. So he takes the Loth Cat. And Entangle is a tough proposition when I only have 2 resources because, you know, that money can get rid of Hondo's dice. So, all right. So rolling Ezra seems like a pretty decent call. As always, if my die doesn't go in the pool, I re-roll it. So I roll double 1s, which is fine, but I definitely want specials. Like, all I want are specials. I wouldn't even be shocked if I re-rolled those. Oh, he easy pickings them. So his easy pickings are gone. And I might as well try to get the most out of Sabine here. I think I'm like 3 or 4 seconds late, but we can call it 5 if we want to be really hard on ourselves. But I can't imagine not re-rolling. Like, I specifically kept the battlefield so I can claim out of his dice. So I can claim and get rid of his Hondo dice. I really want a resource here. So I'm trying to think of what I'm really worried about. Maybe if I want to take the shield or not. Because this is taking a longer... Like, yeah, I must have been thinking if I want to reroll or not. Oof, the cunning. So yeah, that action took about 45 seconds. You know, which is long, but I think like even the judges said anything over a minute and you're not really in bad shape. So he's just taking all the time in the world. And looks like a 2. So obviously when he hits, he calls range, and I get another shield. And yeah, so the interesting decision will be like, am I able to entangle and not, and then claim out? So this is tough because, I mean, this is probably the worst possible situation for an entangle. Let me start, I'll add 3. Because both Hondo specials are showing, which means I only have $2, so if I spend those, I'm unable to pay those off. And the other 3 dice are not showing anything spectacular. The perfect situation would be like if Cunning and Verpine were both on specials and both Hondo dice were not. Neither were on specials, so I could entangle 2 dice and then Frozen Wastes 1 of the Hondo dice and only take 3. But as is, this is a really tough situation because I have to consider playing my entangle, and I'm not sure which dice to remove. I think I settle on like Cunning and a Hondo, but even that doesn't feel good. And you can see that this one's taking about a minute. Um, I said to add 3 seconds, so we're about a minute here. This is this is one of the more tough decisions I'll have all tournament. Is what 2 dice to entangle. It's my only piece of mitigation, so I let him know that at least I'm playing the entangle, and I just don't know which 2 to do. And even looking at it now, I'm not sure what the right. I think cunning's the right call. So I decided that like if I'm gonna use a resource, I might as well at least get rid of 1 Hondo die because it's auto damage. Oh, maybe I still have a resource there. Okay. I thought I only had 2, but it's tough to see. Yeah, so this is, you're seeing the full effect. I claim, and then he uses he uses all the money he has that I paid him with to turn his X8. Oh, yeah. So that was definitely one of my longest decisions. Let's see, the match goes till about 40 minutes. Jeez, we have a ways. So it's on me. And I think I only have 2 resources, but it's tough to tell. I'm definitely regretting watching this. I'm regretting the truce play. Like discarding the truce. Because I'm keeping all these cards in my hand and it's slowing me down. I'm like holding on to that dream of jumping. And I kind of just wish I let go. Tough to tell what that 3rd card is, but I think, it's another truce. So I'm in a pretty decent position to play a gun. I'm probably deciding whether or not to roll out Ezra. Or if I should just go really, really fast. Once it traverses to the mid game, rolling out Ezra is sort of like a timing liability. Yeah, I don't have much to protect Sabine, but I think this is the right call. Is putting a gun on her, and then trucing into. So it took me about a minute 20, which is definitely long. And then trying to truce into the second chance is what I ultimately decide. And obviously my Sabine roll is trash. I have to decide between giving up on the jump or giving up on the never tell me the odds here. And since I don't have a running interference, I think, okay, so yeah, doing the resource there means that I don't have to play the truce. So he overwrites the cunning with the X8. He must be at the point where he has enough money that the X8 is just pure fire. And that's why. Just that +3 is so good. This looks like a pretty decent opportunity for me to Lothcat. Oh, no, I just go for the second chance. Probably a little early, but I guess if he has the all-in, things are pretty dark. No, he goes special to 2 unblockable to 3. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if I loft that 3 for 1 off the board, it's gonna be pretty hard for him to kill me with the all-in. So I think I went a little aggressive. So I'm out of money now. I'm at 10. All right, so now I loth, and I get rid of the 3. He decides to get rid of the X8 die, which I think is aggressive because considering it's showing a blank, and I'm poor. Or maybe he wants me to resolve the shield. Yeah, so now I really don't have any more mitigation, so I'm just, rolling Ezra, hopefully get a special. All right, so it's pretty nice. Get the special. It's going to be hard for him to spend all that money at this point in the game, so anytime I roll a special, it seems pretty good. I actually probably should have thought a little bit longer about potentially claiming since he's got the focus there. Yep. So I'm gonna steal a resource, and it's important that I don't take that shield until after he pops the second chance, since the. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. I could have taken it whenever the Verpine goes under the shield. If he had turned the X8, it would have been a different story. I'm in a pretty tough position here. If he turns the X8, um, I can reroll, because then he has a tough decision between resolving that damage or, if I roll a 3 and I'm representing 5 damage, he has to decide whether or not to claim. Yeah, I wish I put the timer on him. Oh, it was on me. All right. So he doesn't turn the X8, which is bold move con. Not sure why he didn't, because he's opening with 4 resources now. Yeah, I'm not sure why he wouldn't turn that X8 die. I don't know what he gains off of that. I'd be interested to hear what he has to say about it. My kingdom for a vault. I wonder if I kept that truce. Looks like the never tell me the odds is on top. This time it's definitely his action. All right, he's rolling. Yeah, I don't know what else he could do that's any better than what he has out. Do I have an easy pickings yet? Looks like all I have is hasty. And again, I'm like holding on to that jump, probably for too long, and boning myself on mitigation. Probably like 15 seconds. Okay, here we go. Not ideal. But again, if he has the second chance, I mean, if he has the all in, I could be. I guess I was fine. But yeah, certainly a little bit worried about dying out of nowhere. Maybe I don't think I felt any pressure from stream, but maybe. So I asked him what order he wants me to do it in. He was sort of cavalier about saying he didn't care. So I did him in the order I had the easiest decision to the least difficult decision. All right, let's see what. Oh, I have garbage shoot. Yeah, that's not helping. Oh, maybe against the X8s it could help. I don't think I have any money left though. Got to roll that Ezra and try and steal some money. All right, I get $1. Oh yeah, I was okay. So I was dead to an all-in, because even though I paid it off, he still was able to kill me. Wait a sec. Did I just? Yep, I did it again. All right. So maybe this is what Andrew was talking about. I been my second chance there. I treated her as if she had 10 health, right? She had a shield and 8, and doing 1 would leave 2 left under the shield, and that would put her at 10. So I been my second chance at damage early there. And I wonder, so like Andrew Cox told me that I ended up doing that when I killed my Sabine, but I wonder if he was talking about that moment or if I do it twice. Because if I do it twice, then something was just wrong with my freaking head. I'm honest to God thinking about garbage shooting with Sabine on that 1-3X. Which sounds crazy, but I'm a little behind on an action, so like he's going to be able to, if I don't have a gun here, I really wish I could just see my resources, because it's tough to tell if I have 1 or 2. So I must have 2 if I'm playing a weapon, but I had assumed I had 1. So, with the Ezra 1 there, I'm like safe to pull the hidden, which is, my general plan. Looks like I roll 3. 3 total. Yeah, I think I should have taken the resource there. I think that's a mistake. If I take the resource there, he re-rolls Hondo, I still get to claim. Um, and if he does the second chance thing, I might even just take the opportunity to disrupt him. But I really wanted that resource, so I'm a little sad. I'm also sad I haven't just snapped off the truce that I've been holding for 2 rounds. Like, he has enough money. He has infinite money. So why aren't I? I guess with the X8s, there's no such thing as infinite money. I guess claiming turns on that hasty, but like, it's not. I mean, I guess against the X8s, it's fine. But yeah, I'm definitely mad at myself for, in general, I was happy with the way I played in the tournament. But watching this game, there are definitely a lot of things I would like to have back. Not sure what he's asking me about. Oh, I was saying, hold on a second. No, I don't know. I don't know what. But him talking definitely changes like this math on the clock a little bit. We were definitely having an exchange about something. I think I only have 2 resources. So go for the override here because I'm still holding the jump, which I like. I think, like, then I have the tough decision if I roll the 3 for 1. Do I take it? Do I jump? I telegraph the jump. If I do roll it and don't resolve it. So I deal 7 and put him at 9. Oh, 8. Looks like, 6. All right. So maybe I'm not mad at myself for holding truce jump this whole time, because maybe that changes the math on how things work out. I went. I think the play is still the truce jump here, but I guess I'm thinking about like whether pickings gets me out of this jam and I don't save truce jump for the next round, which I think is a pretty interesting decision. I think though with Sabine at 9 that I should just get the fuck out of there while I can. You got to kind of decide how greedy you want to be. I mean, the special kills Sabine, but I have $2. And if I easy pick the other Hondo die and one of the X8s, yeah, I'm still trucked if he turns that die. Like, oh, I have the hasty, so I guess if I guess I could easy pick and get out of this. So I'm deciding whether or not I want to be greedy. But if I roll Ezra here, that seems bad. Unless I'm blind and I don't actually have truce jump. Yeah, I must not have the truce, or else I would just jump. I don't know why I didn't easy pick, though. Again, not super duper happy with where I'm at. And I have to pay him off here. Like, I can't not pay him off. Add like 6 seconds to him. See if he thinks at all. he's got a lot of like disrupt sides, so he could consider re-rolling here. All right, so he just I pay him and then I take what I just ate. All right, so this might be where I think long and higher. No, I just hasty. I do have the truce, right? That's a truce. Truce jump, man. Why didn't you truce jump? Oh, I'm so mad at you. Add 7, 8 seconds, 10 seconds. If I don't have, maybe now I'm like, why did I even, like, what was the point? I should have just, yeah, I must be thinking, why didn't you just do this a million years ago? Like, yeah, I guess I got greedy and tried to live out of it. So both my jumps are gone. I go back to 2. Ditch my vandalize. I can still draw my impersonate would be big. Looks like vault. Ooh, I should probably move this. Hold out. Looks like another easy pickings. So easy pickings is good. Oh, this is where I was like, hold on a second. Yeah, so this is where he started to like be a little bit of a dick. And if he was like worried about time, maybe that's why. But he should have said something about the time. But I was like, oh, hold on a second. And he's like, you missed the trigger. And I was like, okay. I knew something was wrong, but I just didn't know what. And he reminded me just in, like I said, a dickish way. So with it looks like both his Hondo dice are on disrupt, and it seems like a pretty awesome opportunity to utilize the easy pickings. However, if he turns that to x8, if he turns that x8, looks like I have nothing else. Looks like I have RI vault, pickings, hold out. But I can't get the redeploy in Ezra. Oh, if I use the easy pickings though, I can't like play the gun for my hand and get the ambush action. So I think I have to decide on like being able to redeploy to Ezra or easy pickings these things. And it's a hard choice because I really don't want to easy pickings. I want to be able to play a holdout for my hand and overwrite onto Sabine to trigger her rollout. But I'm making the difficult decision here to not do that. This is probably the 4th or 5th time. I think it's the 4th time I've gone over a minute. Yeah, I think it makes the most sense to just do that. I think Sabine's in a really rough spot. So rightfully so, he puts the pressure on me, and he turns that x8 to a 3. And let me... And again, Sabine is going to die, and I know that. So this is why this round is taking a long time. And I assume that this one is going to take a little bit of time, too. Because now I can't... yeah, maybe not. Maybe I just, like, cut my losses here, make sure... yeah, not having a DL at this point is also kind of sad because I'd be able to remove one of those dice, which seems pretty good. So I overwrite the x8 with the x8. Yeah, so I had that minute and 15-second one, but that was a tough decision. It was tough to play out all those situations in my head, knowing that I was dead to whatever action comes next. So here I at least roll a 4. And I guess like that +2 is just trash because I don't actually need that to pop the second chance. So he kills Sabine here, and I think I only have one resource. So Ezra's gonna have to do quite a bit of work on his own. I will add 4 seconds this one. Yep. I don't have much else to do. And especially being on Frozen Waste at this point is I'm in a pretty tough spot. Probably add 10 seconds. Looks like I'm gonna ditch to reroll. Now's the time. If I'm gonna reroll, I have to do it now because like after that he can claim. So like now that he's done 3 damage, he can easily claim and remove like my damage string. So I think that I just claim here. I could have maybe RI'd, but with both truces gone, I don't really have an option to like to never tell me the odds, even if I draw it. I am starting this round with 3 resources and a easy pickings though, so that feels pretty good. All right, so I drop the RI now. With 3 money, he elects not. He knows he only has to do 4 damage, and that's pretty easy. So he elects not to play a 3rd weapon if he has one. If memory serves, he's also holding jump. So I actually removed the X8 dice there, and he immediately hits me with the specials, and I have to take a second to figure out if I want to pay him or not. I can take 1. The second one's lethal, and the first one puts him at 1, which turns on a lot of his dice. It turns on both 1 sides from on the X8. Not that he doesn't have enough money to do whatever he wants. So I spend on both, and I immediately roll. He claims here. So I'm fairly certain this is where time gets rolled. Time gets called. Yeah. And I I didn't do the chess clock. I wonder if Google has a chess clock. That would have been interesting and also a pain in the ass. So I'm re-rolling here. Time is called in the round. And I'm up ahead by 1. And yeah, so I had 4 or 5 moments in the match where can I do this?
Is that correct? You did 14?
Wait for it.
What?
I don't know. I mean,
You think I shouldn't re-roll bullshit from my hand to do more damage? You know what, dude? Fuck you, man.
Calm down, sir.
Can you calm down, please?
Can you calm down, please? So yeah, there were 4 or 5 instances, I think 5 instances where I took about a minute. And then the one where I was about a minute 15. So yeah, the chances are on a chess clock, I took more time. I think in general, my plays were not super slow. I don't see how you could look at that and say I was stalling for time. Like that easy picking snap off, that's not as easy a decision as I think I made it out to be with when he rolled 2 resources, 2 specials. But maybe it was. Maybe like if I did the math. So like here I am. I'm like talking to him, and I'm like let's move on. So maybe they cut the audio, but they didn't cut that. So I do end up shaking his hand, and this is yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Close game. A lot to think about. I don't feel bad. I don't think I did anything wrong in my heart. So yeah, that's it. I only recorded over this because of posterity and because eventually these will go away from Twitch. So check you next time.